I'm giving an open source AI 5 prompts to build a storefront, and it costs about the sixth what I pay for Opus. Let's see how far it gets. That is GLM-5.2. Landing page, product pages, cart, checkout. And for all of that, just 5 prompts. Every week there is a new GPT killer. Most of them fall apart the second you point them at real project. So no spec sheet reading today. I'm building the actual storefront with it, but only front-end part. No backend for today. 1 prompt at a time and total 5 prompts. And let's see how it's gonna cope with that. The pitch is big. 1 million tokens of usable context, MIT license so you can actually self-host it, and the price that changes whole conversation. Quick, no marketing. GLM 5.2 is from Z.ai. They open-weighted the full model on Hugging Face under MIT. MIT is the world that matters. No usage caps, no commercial restrictions, no remote off switch. Download it, run it on your own metal. Under the hood, it's mixture of experts. Around 753 billion parameters in total, but only about 40 billion fire per token. That is how something this big stays fast enough. Before we build, I want to tell you a few tips and tricks. 1. You don't need Z.ai account to try the model. We will run it through OpenRouter. If you don't know about OpenRouter, I recommend you to have a look. That's one API key that gives you over 400 models behind single endpoint. Same Claude code I use every day, just pointed somewhere new. But there is the catch I will show you in the build. It doesn't quite work out of the box with Claude. 2. There are 2 thinking levels, high and max. Max is smarter but burns much more tokens, and it's slower. High is a sweet spot. Save max for genuinely hard stuff. 3. That million token context is real. But the first response on the huge prompt can take over 30 seconds to start. Don't panic when it sits there. It is thinking, not frozen. And 4, the one that actually matters. Always read the diff. But here is the thing. Z.ai themselves admit that model has tendency to cut corners to pass a test. Hold that thought. Now the number that makes people pay attention. On OpenRouter, GLM 5.2 runs about $1.40 in, $4.40 out per million tokens. That's roughly a sixth what I would pay for the Frontier model. So it is cheap, open, and can compete with Frontier models. But the last one we're gonna test. That's the OpenRouter website, and here we can go straight away to get API key. And by the way, to start using models from OpenRouter, you need to add some credits to your OpenRouter account, even if it's free model. So here you can get your API key. And by the way, let's take a look at the models page. We can do search and find the one we need, GLM 5.2 by Z.ai. And here in the row we can see the pricing, 140 in, 440 out. So you would think you will just point Claude Code at OpenRouter, set the model you need, and go. And here is the catch. Claude Code's native pass is guaranteed only for Anthropic models. GLM speaks a slightly different tool calling dialect, and Claude Code's whole agent loops running on tool calling. Point it straight at OpenRouter, and it can silently break mid-task. The fix is a tiny proxy, claude-code-router. It sits between Claude Code and OpenRouter, and it actually translates those two dialects. So now let's do proper setup for that. So first we need to go to terminal and install claude-code-router. For that we need to run this command npm install globally, and here is the package we need to install. Let's press enter. And once it is done, we need to run this command to create a config for that. In that config, we need to define providers and router. For router, we set default OpenRouter Z.ai GLM 5.2. And for the providers, we add another object with field name, and here we have OpenRouter. Then we have API base URL. That's gonna be OpenRouter URL, and then we will need API key. So here we need to paste API key from OpenRouter. Then we need to specify models we would like to use, in our case GLM 5.2, and then transformer. Then we need to specify use OpenRouter. That's it. That was done. Also, you can run this command to check if config is valid. Also, additionally, we can specify that exacto next to the model. Some cheap OpenRouter routes serve GLM 5.2, at lower precision, which hurts tool calling reliability. That is bad for agentic loop. So we bias towards better providers by adding this exacto. Now we switch to IDEA. To run Claude Code, we usually type Claude, but in this case, we need different command. We need to run claude-code-router. For that, we need to run ccr code. Once Claude is ready, and to start using GLM-5.2, we need to type model and then specify OpenRouter, Z.ai GLM-5.2. And then it mentions that it is set this model and saved as your default for new sessions. So if we type again model, we can see that the selected model is GLM-5.2. So we are ready to hit it with the 5 prompts I prepared. First prompt is gonna be foundation. Spin up fresh with React TypeScript project and hard-coded list of products. No features yet, just canvas. Let's do it. There is gonna be a prompt, Scaffold a frontend only storefront, no backend, no API calls, no database. All data is hard-coded in the frontend and card state lives in memory. Then there is a stack specified with React TypeScript, Tailwind CSS, React Router for navigation, and also some setup instructions. Let's paste it to Claude. Project Scaffold is done and model was running this task almost 7 minutes. Let's try to run it and see if it works. Perfect, that runs, so we explicitly see that that's gonna be a store. Now let's go with a second prompt. Prompt to the storefront landing. Header with now, hero section, a featured product strip. This is gonna be kind of design test to the model. Here are requirements: a sticky header, logo on the left, nav links, and a card icon on the right. A hero section, bold headline, subtext, and primary call to action button in the gold accent. A featured products strip showing 3-4 products from the hard-coded products array as cards. Then we need a simple footer. It should be fully responsive, matching the existing dark theme tokens. TypeScript strict, no any. No backend, pull everything from the hard-coded products array. Let's paste it. It finished running and it took 4 minutes to build a landing page. Let's take a look at the result. First, header. On the left we have brand logo, in the middle we have navbar, and on the right card, aligned with the requirements. And now hero section, and it says technology that fits your life. Then we have subtitle that says a carefully chosen collection of audio, wearables, and home gear. We have 2 buttons here, shop the collection and browse all. And here we have featured products: some headphones, earbuds, smartwatch, and fitness band. And in the bottom, just footer. And footer has few sections: shop, company, and support. That looks okay, but to be honest, as for my opinion, that hero section doesn't fit to a store. But in general, everything looks fine. Now let's go with a third prompt. Prompt 3, the catalog. Full product grid, and each product opens its own detail page. There is requirement: a shop page showing all products from the hard-coded array in a responsive grid of cards. Then reuse the existing product card component from the landing page. Do not create a new duplicate card. Clicking the card routes to product ID, a detail page showing the product's image, name, price, category, and long description, plus a placeholder add to cart button. A back to shop link on the detail page, same dark theme, responsive, TypeScript strict, no any, frontend only. Let's paste it. 3 minutes took the catalog. Now let's have a look how it works in browser. Let's press shop the collection. Here we have grid of 8 items, and actually last 4 have broken image. That's not cool. Let's try to press on something. Great, it has image, product description, and button. Let's try to press back. It works. Let's choose another one. Let's check responsiveness as well. That looks fine. Yeah, catalog looks pretty good. Only these images are broken. Now it's time for fourth prompt. Prompt 4, the cart. Add to cart a slide-in drawer. Quantity controls a running total. This is the important one, because it defines how the cart data is shaped. And here is requirements. A cart context as a single source of truth for cart state. Each cart line item should store the product ID, name, price, image, and quantity. Wire up every add to cart button. The header cart icon shows a live item count badge. Clicking the cart icon opens a drawer sliding in from the right. Each line item with image, name, price, quantity, plus minus controls, and a remove button. plus a running subtotal at the bottom, a checkout button at the bottom of the drawer, and of course same dark theme, TypeScript strict, no any. Let's copy and run. Cart functionality took almost 5 minutes. Let's test it. And by the way, now we can see that these images were fixed. Let's add some products. And once I pressed add to cart, we got this drawer on the right. What we have here? We have image, product description, we have controls to add more, we have price and delete button. Also, we can select continue shopping or checkout. Let's test this one. Okay, that works. So if I press start shopping, it returns me back. Let's add few more. Let's select continue shopping. Let's add this one. Let's add this one. Okay, we have 3 products. Now let's try to delete them as well. Let's check responsiveness as well. Yeah, that looks good. Now let's run the final prompt and then test all together. Last prompt, checkout, and the real test. That's the requirements of the last prompt. So read the current card from existing card context. Do not create a separate card copy or redefine the card shape. Show each line item, image, name, quantity, line, total, then a subtotal, a flat $5 shipping fee, and the final total. A place order button that clears the cart and shows a simple order confirmed state. If the cart is empty, show an empty state with a link back to shop. Wire the drawer's checkout button to route here. Same dark theme, TypeScript strict, no any. Let's run it. 2 minutes for the checkout functionality. Web store is ready, so now let's do the final test. Let's add few items to the cart. Continue shopping. Let's add this one and let's that. We have 3 items now. Let's press checkout. Here we have 2 sections, the order summary and the total. Actually, this one looks misaligned, has to be fixed. On the left, we have image, title, quantity, and price, and for some reason, price is duplicated. Then on the right, we have subtotal plus shipping fee, $5, and here is the total. Let's try to place order. Okay, now we see the confirm page, so it says order confirmed, and we can see that cart was cleared, so now it is empty. Let's go to continue shopping again. Let's press one more to the cart. Checkout. From here we can still go to back to shop, back to cart, again checkout, again cart. Let's delete. And if we delete, we can see that this case is also handled. Now we see the page that your cart is empty. So the basic setup of the store is done. The storefront is working. Yeah, there is no backend, but storefront is fully functional and it looks actually pretty good. Now let's have a look how much that web store actually cost me. You can see it here, $174. And here you can see token volume, 6 million tokens. And it took 20 minutes in time. As for me, model coped pretty good with this task. Yes, it wasn't super complicated. We didn't do backend and we didn't do any complex stuff. It will take more time to understand how good is this model. But for today's demo, it was perfect. The goal is achieved and it cost under $2. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm pretty curious to read your feedback. Also, I will upload this project to GitHub and share the link in the description. I will not touch the code, I will not edit anything, so it's gonna be plain as model generated. Also, you will find prompts there. And that's it for today. If this video was helpful to you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That helps me a lot. Thank you for watching and see you in a week.